Well, hello, hello, hello. We are live, or at least I think we're live. I will draw this out for just a few seconds here to make sure. I believe we are live now. If I haven't met you, I am Coach Catherine. Nice to meet you. I am a certified diabetes prevention health coach. I have lots of training through Health Coach Institute, all the way through their mastery program, but also through the CDC. I can facilitate their 12-month diabetes prevention program that is great for anyone that's pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic. I am able to help you formulate and create a lifestyle, not a diet, a way to change your life forever and the people around you and make an impact on your life, giving you extra years, more activity, more memories, more enjoyment, and living life fully. Today, I wanted to talk about eating small, frequent meals. But before I go into that, know that this is your group. This is a place for you to ask questions, post your challenges. What barriers are you having? What challenges are you having this week? What are you celebrating this week? What's going on in your journey with type 2 diabetes? Let us help you. Let us shout you out, cheer you on, hug you, whatever you need. So utilize this group. If you know someone that's pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, please invite them. This is a rather small group, which is good. However, activity is really low. So once we get up around 1,000 members, it'll definitely start really rolling. But eating small, frequent meals is something that I talk a lot about when I work with a client. And something I see a lot when I first start working with someone is that they're eating the traditional breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or skipping breakfast, most people. And I did that too for most of my life. I didn't eat until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was fueled with stimulants, right? Coffee, tea, whatever I could get my hands on that gave me the go-go juice. But it is really, really important to eat right away within 20 minutes of waking up. And I also eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. So I eat 6 meals a day, sometimes 7, depending on my activity. But it stabilizes my blood sugars. Of course, I know what to eat as well, and that's really, really important. And, I'm really intimate with my meter. I know I can feel where my blood, I know so well what my numbers are and how it feels. I can pretty much almost tell you what my blood sugar numbers are. But it does prevent, when you're eating these meals in the right quantity, prevents the spikes and the drops in your blood sugar levels. That's really important, right? These swings, we need to prevent those. Those swings are what causes us to be tired, exhausted, worn out, grumpy, miserable, mood swings, etc. Hangry is another word. So we want to prevent the highs and the lows. We want to stay stable all day long, right? 70s to 110, that's the sweet spot. It prevents us from overeating too, from eating too many calories or overindulging or picking out or binging. Mindless eating is another way to word it too. It prevents cravings because we're not getting those highs and those lows. Because when you're coming down, your body is going to crave more. So overeating is definitely bad. Cravings are bad, so we want to avoid those. It also prevents poor choices, right? If we're satisfied throughout the day and we're never getting too hungry or we're never getting too full, it's going to prevent us from making poor choices, bad judgment calls, like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm just going to go through the drive-through or make a frozen pizza or something. So it will prevent that. Now, planning is key. For me, I know what I'm going to eat 24 hours in advance, sometimes up to 48 hours in advance. Some of my clients are very methodical and love to know what they're going to eat for the whole week. And that's fantastic. They are really, really busy people with a lot of moving parts in their life, and they can do that. I'm home, I work from home. So for me, it's easy to just have planned and prepared food for about 48 hours. Always have a lean protein with each of your meals, a small portion. And when I say small portion, I need to really weigh heavily on that because if you're pre-diabetic or a type 2 diabetic, kidneys are one of the organs that we need to be really, really cautious of and careful of and take really good care of. Hydration is key. but also not overeating protein. So that's really important to know what a lean protein is and what a small portion is. For example, you go to a steakhouse, oftentimes, unless you're getting like the filet mignon, you're getting these huge 12-ounce steaks or whatever. I don't know. I don't go to steakhouses. I do encourage my clients or anyone I talk to, especially anything to do with diabetes or kidneys, to really avoid red meat at all costs, maximum once a month, and a very small portion, like 3 to 4 ounces, period. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But eat until you're satisfied. That's the thing, is it needs to be 5, 6 meals that are small portions. Again, up to satisfaction. We're not filling our stomach full and getting that uncomfortable feeling where we want to take a nap and tired and groggy, not that Thanksgiving feeling, right? You will definitely feel better. Your body will reward you with feeling more energetic. You'll have more energy. You won't have that crankiness, that moodiness, because with those highs and those lows, it just wears you out and it makes you really tired and grumpy. It also helps level out your hormones. Your hormones are very much connected to what we eat, right? We are what we eat. With these highs and these lows and eating processed foods, it's just, and putting all these toxins and chemicals in our body, it just messes up with our hormones. I see that a lot. A lot of people come to me, new clients or whatever, and they have this laundry list of medical problems, and a lot of it has to do with our hormones are just out of whack. And a lot of it is this food that we're eating. It's highly, highly fast processed, and the faster the processed things are injecting it with more hormones or more antibiotics or more things that are, again, going into our body and causing havoc on our hormones. So be aware of that. Again, another reason to avoid red meat. Eating small meals consistently throughout the day. Like I said, I eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Prevents digestive problems, right? It's not bombarding your digestive system with a huge meal to process. It's so hard on our digestive system. And slowing down eating is another thing too, is, eating these small meals, really chewing them, really being mindful, being in the moment, taking the time and enjoying your food, the sight of it, the smell of it, and sitting down at a traditional table and eating it properly, is so much better on your digestive tract. I know so many people right now that I've talked to or worked with that are having horrible digestive issues. And some of them have had like portions of their colon removed and all sorts of things. And it's because of what they're eating, but also how they're eating. So slow the heck down. So clearer thoughts. Again, I think I mentioned that. These are just a bunch of my notes that I just scribbled out before jumping on here. Clearer thoughts you're going to have when your blood sugars are stable throughout the day. Your brain is going to reward you with clearer, better thoughts. You're going to function much better. Your sight is going to be better. I see that a lot with people that I talk to or threads that I'm involved in with diabetes where, eyesight is an issue, foggy, unclear vision. And oftentimes when it's asked, what is your blood sugar levels? And they're like, 200, 300. Okay. Yeah. So getting our blood sugar stable is going to make a big difference on your sight, your clear thoughts, everything. It's just all connected. And in between these meals, I'm not snacking at all. Like I'm really diligent and and what I do is I just know, like in between I have 2.5, 3 hours. Okay. What can I do to stay busy, right? Don't sit around and watch TV or TikTok or, scrolling through social media. What can you do that gets you busy on your feet, maybe active in some way, even if it's doing laundry and the dishes or something, get on your stationary bike, do something physical that fills up that time. I wouldn't say get on your stationary bike for 3 hours. That's too long. But I always tell my clients, don't work out more than an hour a day. That's excessive. It's over stressing your body. It just causes more problems than good. But, just fill your time. What can I do? What project can I work on? What can I read up on? What can I study? What can I learn? Or obviously if you're working, work on something, work on a project. If you're a writer, start writing, painting, coloring, whatever. Fill your time, but don't get bored, because then what ends up happening is you end up mindlessly snacking. Also, eating this frequently, small meals with protein, it increases your metabolism. It will, and that result will be weight loss, and you'll get into fat burn. Making sure you're hydrating with each meal and using your meter before you eat and an hour after you take that first bite, so you know how the food is processing in your body, because you might need to make adjustments to what you're eating. You've got to know how your body reacts to food. Drives me crazy when I see threads of people like, hey, can I eat this? Is this okay? Our bodies are all different. Our pancreases, our livers, our kidneys, everything is all different. We're all unique and we're all going to respond to food differently. So that annoys me. Know your body, know what you can eat. I do have rules and parameters that should work and guide you. But again, these adjustments are very much generic and they're brought to me by the CDC, and it's, everybody's uniquely different. For me, I can't have corn and peas like a gigantic amount. I can have a little bit in a stir fry or something, but I can't go and just eat a whole bunch of carrots. I can't eat a whole bunch of peas, right? Those things have too much sugar in them for me, but you might be able to. So we're all different and unique. By eating 5-6 small meals, you're going to lower your calorie count per day. It sounds weird, sounds shocking, but it's very much true. I've proven it, and a lot of that has to go back to the whole overindulging, eating the bad things, and choosing bad foods. But it also prevents you from going in starvation mode, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. I meet so many people and I work with new clients that are in starvation mode. Like they are eating 500-600 calories a day, starving themselves, and they're getting heavier and they don't understand why. It's because their body is in protect mode. We are meant to survive. We're not meant to look sexy and lean and hot. We're meant or to look amazing in a bikini. We are designed to survive. Our body is going to store fat. So yes, you will eat lower calories done right. Prevents headaches. A lot of people that I start working with are complaining about headaches oftentimes. And that can be correlated to many things. If you're eating high foods that are inflammatory, like corns, a lot of peppers, things of that nature, you're an allergy to foods, certain foods that you really are drawn to or attracted to or craving, you might have a major sensitivity to, a dairy, for instance, or a gluten sensitivity that you're in denial and don't want to eliminate. So that's an issue. But we get rid of those foods, right? Take those foods off the plate. Hydration is another thing that oftentimes I struggle with a lot of my new clients. They're not drinking any water, and I was so guilty of that. I would not drink water. I made fun of people that drank water. Like, why? That's silly. I don't have time to pee all the time, etc. I meant to actually calculate how many times I pee in a day because somebody asked me that. I'm up to 170 ounces. I'm a bodybuilder. I compete in Saturday. But I'm up to 170 ounces of water, and it's really not that hard for me to do in a day. And I kind of thought about it. I was like, and I don't feel like I'm peeing any more than normal, probably once every 2 hours. And talking to a kidney specialist, they said that you need to pee 7 plus times a day to keep your kidneys flushed, get the toxins out of your body. And also know how you lose body fat is through breath, urine, and sweat. So how do you breathe more, sweat more, pee more? Think about that. I do talk to my clients about that. But less inflammation when you're getting rid of those foods that are higher in inflammatory, like the processed foods for sure. So your joints will feel better. You'll have less puffiness in your face. The scale will actually go down as well because you won't be retaining nearly as much water. You'll have better bowel movements too. And if you're having better bowel movements, the scale is definitely going to go down as well. A lot of people that I first start working with are having, one bowel movement every couple of days or just really bad ones. So, that is something we talk about. All topics we can talk about. I'm an open book. But I do want to leave you. I am trying to keep this under 15 minutes, and I'm doing good today. I'm shocked. Nobody showed up live, and that's totally fine. I hope you'll comment below, replay, comment with any questions, or state anything that you learned in this video, so that way it keeps popping up for others to watch. But if you don't make changes to your lifestyle, your body is not going to change. You have to be willing to make small changes to your lifestyle, right? To see changes in your body, to see changes. Your environment is really important. We didn't talk about that today. I talked about portions and eating 5-6 small meals. But if you don't make small changes, your body will not change. Just think about it. If you keep doing the same thing, your body is not going to shift. It's not going to change. But don't wait until you're 100% ready to contact me. Contact me now. I'll work with you for a whole week for free. I do require that we jump on a call because oftentimes you have questions, I have questions. But message me privately. I'll give you the link to schedule a call, and we'll sit down. I give you 100% of my attention for 30 minutes, and we just ask each other questions, and it's just a fun conversation. No pressure. I'm not trying to pitch you anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And after that week, if you want to continue on my wellness app, it's $85 a month. It's really inexpensive. And we talk every 2 weeks for 30 minutes. That's worth thousands of dollars. I know coaches out there that charge a lot for what I'm offering. And I give this to my clients because I love what I do. I love helping. So know that I'm here for you. This is your community. Please get involved. Post your questions, your challenges, your hurdles, or your celebrations. I think we had a really good one this morning. Someone got their A1C back and it's down. And that's incredible. I just had a client text me that they're at 5.6. So that's freaking amazing. I had another client Wednesday. She dropped a whole point on her A1C and she's so happy. So, you know, it works. It's just a matter of getting that support and accountability. And that's what I'm here for. So, all right, I will leave you guys with that. I did get to 16 minutes, but that's okay. I'm working on it. All right, guys, thank you. And know that I have some Udemy courses that you can take too. Message me if you're interested in that. But as always, I'm here for you. Thanks. Bye.